I took this job because I became convinced that the sea is the only source from which humanity can feed itself as a source of high-quality protein that doesn't come from land. And it cannot be from fishing because every fishery in the world is already maxed out or collapsing. So it has to come from agriculture.
This is the original home of Kampachi. You can find Kampachi in this area naturally, so we think that the best place to have this project is where they actually live. The process from egg to fingerling, it will start when we stock the eggs that are already fertilized. We follow all the embryo development. Then we have the larvae hatch from the egg. And when the larvae hatches from the egg, we need to feed them with live feeds. So we have a room where we produce rotifers as first feed, then artemia, and then we feed them with special microdiets for these small fish.
From the time that the fingerlings come out of the hatchery until we harvest, we feed them pellets made with fish meal, fish oil, and land-based ingredients that is made in a diet that's specifically designed for these fish.
It's the best conditions for the fish. The water temperature really helps the fish grow to their maximum potential. And it's also, we benefit getting to live in La Paz. So typical harvest, they prepare their bins with their ice slurry mix. They'll seine the fish up, put oxygen in there. From there, with a crane, they'll drop in a net, pick them up full of water so that they're not getting crushed, drop them onto a selection table, manual selection. Everything gets manually processed. Fish that they don't want get returned to the cage. The fish that we do want will get fed through the ikejime machine directly into cool water while they bleed out, and then they get weighed and put into the bins.
Ikejime is a Japanese technique that minimizes the suffering of the fish. It maximizes the quality of the fish once it is harvested. So it combines both a cutting of the spinal cord and bleeding, which minimizes the accumulation of cortisol, adrenaline, and that allows the flesh not to degrade in pH and to last over 2 weeks. From the moment we harvest until the moment the fish arrives to a customer, we are fanatical of maintaining what's called the cold chain. So the cold chain is bring the fish down from water temperature, as they are now, to close to 0 degrees centigrade. And then from that point on, it will never exceed 4 degrees centigrade.
My main function is to bring it into the plant, check the product, everything is clean and good to go. And after that, you go out and you choose the size of the fish, which size to who. And after that, everything goes into a cooler, so we can assure you that the freshness of the fish till the end of the process. For any type of process that we do, we need a HACCP. You can find every single step of the process from the farm till the end by paper. That's HACCP, so at the same time it's FDA. And one really important thing is the ASC. Those certifications can tell you who we are and how we work, so you can assure that the process is clean and safe.
Y lo interesante, Kampachi, es que vendo menos carne ahora. Antes vendía mucho ribeye, New York, todo, y hoy por hoy el Kampachi le ha quitado mucho lugar a la carne. Entonces este fenómeno empezó en octubre. En octubre yo pido la lista de la venta del mes de octubre y veo que la carne me bajó. Y le digo a mi contadora, en mi oficina, le digo, oye, ¿qué pasó aquí? No, me dice, es que vendes mucho Kampachi y ya la carne bajó. Eso fue lo que sucedió aquí en el restaurante Tatanka en La Paz.
We're extremely proud to be the first producer in the world to be ASC certified in this species. ASC certification looks not only at the environmental impact we have, but our social impact. It looks at our labor relations, looks at our community impact. So it looks at us holistically as an operation, and it speaks as a third-party validation of who we are. We are here in Mexico to feed Mexico and feed the world. And in terms of aquaculture, we are working offshore. As you can see, we're 4 miles offshore in really deep waters to minimize the impact it has on the environment. So much so that it is almost cannot be measured.